Next speaker in this session is Dr. Dasha. Now I request our Professor Asha Ben Trivedi to felicitate our colleague and speaker Dr. Dasha. Around 4 people are pursuing PhD under her, and she is a very good teacher. Now, I welcome and wanted to initiate Dr. Dasha for a talk.
Well, my talk is on viewing queer theory through the lens of feminism. What I am going to do is that I will explain what is queer. Queer is strange. I am going to deal with LGBT. It's a very simple thing that I am going to say draw a parallel between these queers and feminists. My contention is that these queers, they feel that they do not get rights. I draw a parallel in such a fashion that females also, I don't talk about the caste. Talking about feminism, talking about all females. I talk about the equality, especially in the workplace. Are we really treating women with dignity? Are we really, if the woman is the head, so don't we feel that we feel as men that no, we feel a little inferior, we feel that no, it is not like that, we are really not able to accept. Is it so? It is happening at various places. I am talking about that women empowerment, that woman needs only dignity. Woman needs only respect. It is certainly not that if a woman is working, that a husband or man has to do all those chores which women are doing. No, it is not like that. Because women are, say, they are doing certain things in a better fashion. It is fine, absolutely it is okay. But then this, with feminism, I am trying to compare these queers. These queers also feel that they are not getting the rights. How? Let us see that. Say, who are queers? So queers, basically, they describe mismatches. Mismatches between chromosomal sex, gender, and sexual desire. This is how we describe queer. Queer is nothing but strange, something that is very different, something that is not normal. That theory we are trying to describe here. So Halperin, a very small quotation, that he says whatever is at odds with the normal, the legitimate and the dominant, that is called queer. Something that is not normal, let us call it queer. Nothing particular, they talk about it. What happens? This is something that is normal that happens. That male, he has got that male chromosomes. He is a masculine, female, she is feminine. But then what happens here in this case? It's just the process is reversed. So male looks feminine, So idea is that he is male but then born with the desires of a female that I am trying to talk about. I will be talking about the Gujarat also that Madam Lakshmi was talking about yesterday, that the traditions, that how or what are the customs and traditions and which we are not very familiar. Then I am going to talk about that basically. So this is how they are different. So born males but then they have that the soul of a woman. Now these are various words that we come across. This is something very simple. The lesbian, we say that these females are attracted sexually and emotionally to some other females. These we call lesbians. If we talk about gay, then these are males who are attracted sexually and emotionally to some other males. It is not a disease, but it is something that it is inherent. And so you cannot change it. Now another term, it is called B. So we have talked about say L, G. Now talk about bisexual. Who are these bisexual? They are not synonyms. Bisexual is a term that is given to people who are attracted sexually and emotionally to some other males and some other females. Why it is so? Because they are born with both the organs. They have organs of males as well as females. But then you can say that they have reproductive capacity. No, it is not like that. That it does not really say result into that. But then since they are born with both the organs, they are called bisexual, and that is why they are attracted towards both. Then the term called transgender, it is an umbrella term. It describes the state of a person's gender identity which does not necessarily match the gender that they were assigned at birth. Means by birth the person is male, but then inherently he is not male. So it is not that he is different from what he is born. So that is how it does not match with the gender identity. So those we call say transgender. One is female to male and another is male to female. What is female to male? It is female born with male desires, male born with females. So they are cross-dressers. Means male he wants to say dress like a woman, then woman wants to dress up like a man. But woman is dressing like a man, we accept her. We say tomboyish and she is very smart and we all that. But then male dressing like a female, we do not accept. That society does not accept. These transgender people may or may not decide to alter their bodies hormonally and or surgically. For example, the person is born male but has female soul. The person may undergo an operation, may undergo a surgery, may or may not, but still they are transgenders. What is heterosexuality? Something that is very common. It is attraction to opposite sex, and homosexuality is same sex. Now transsexuals, who are these? So these people who have surgery to change sex. So we use this term transsexual who have undergone this surgery, and transgender, they are living in separate gender roles without surgery. These are specific terms that I came across when I was really doing some research on this. So a specific term that is assigned to a specific area. Androgynous people, these people who identify as neither male nor female, they have no feelings at all. They are neither male nor female. Let me tell you that they are born with organs. So suppose if it is male or female, but they do not have any such feelings, they are called androgynous. They are neither male nor female. Then intersex are people born somewhere between the sexes, that is people with hormonal anomalies. So they are not very sure. Sometimes attracted towards man, sometimes towards female. They do not know, they are confused. That once again, they are born with that. So bisexuals, they are sexually attracted to both genders, male and female, as I already said. Now what is pansexuals? Pansexuals is being capable of having romantic feelings and attraction to male, female and third gender. What we call hijras. They have attraction for all the three and they are called pansexuals. Now what is the state of mind? One state is coming out. That is, they acknowledge and accept one's own sexual orientation. The way Lakshmi has done. Fine, I am male, but then I have a soul of a woman. That you accept it. That is coming out. Another is closeted. You don't come up with that. So it is a state of secrecy or cautious privacy regarding one's sexual orientation. You feel embarrassed or you feel that what others would say. So that is that closeted type of a form. Now this is transgender umbrella. So any individual who crosses over or challenges their society's traditional gender roles and our expressions, they are under that entire umbrella. I talked about all these words. Now the term is hermaphrodite. See, with this we come across. Who are these? So they have testis and ovary that are grown separately but bilaterally. Both they are born with both the organs, male and female organs. They are called hermaphrodites. They are different from hijras. They are not synonyms. Now in others, they grow within the same organ, so they are called ovotestis. My idea to say is that either two are separate organs or in one, I cannot show you the pictures, but then in one organ both are present. So they are called hermaphrodites who have both the type of organs. And these hermaphrodites, they are often one of the gonads function quite well, producing either some sperm cells or eggs, as well as the sex hormones, androgens or estrogens. But then, theory might say that they have those reproductive organs, they can become father or mother. It does not happen. Because in practice, the appropriate ducts and tubes are not configured so that eggs and sperm can meet. So in spite of having both the organs, they do not have this reproductive capacity. Difference between this hermaphrodite and hijra. A hermaphrodite has both male and female sexual organs at birth, whereas hijra is always born as a male. He is always born as a male, the way that Lakshmi was telling that at the age of 7 years she was great, fine. But then she had this effeminacy into her. But then parents did not know that yes, she has got that. She only felt that she wanted to be like a woman. So hijras, all hijras those we see, they are born males, but then they have a soul of a woman. So this difference between this hermaphrodite and hijras. And these hijras have abnormally low level of male hormone testosterone, and that is why they are hijras. Though they are males, but then they do not have that reproductive capacity because they don't feel like a man. But then this is the term that is given to the hijras. Now talking straightway about hijras, they are transgenders. But who are these? So the term hijra, if we say it's a term of abuse, it is not a good term. We say hijra, so it has a bad connotation. So from Urdu word hijr it is taken. A hijr is a person who has walked out of tribe or community. Why do they do so? Because parents, they do not accept them. They say that, oh, if you are like that, you cannot be in my house. What will others say that my son is a hijra? So they don't keep them. And that person is not allowed to wear those saris and dress up like a woman, can't simply stay there. And that is why they are forced to go out of the community. Now thus, a hijra is one who has left mainstream society. Mainstream, they are not with us. They have to leave the mainstream society comprising men and women, and so forced to join a community of hijra. They are forced to beg, they are forced to go out because they are not kept at home. Now this term that hijras, they are called, in Urdu they are called Bhajasara, Hindi they are called Kinnar, Telugu they are called Napunsakudu, and Tamil they are called Eragani. These are the various terms that are associated with the term called hijra. Now this is what is the biological constitution. So they are born as male children. Psychologically they feel like female. And sexually they are attracted not to the opposite sex but to their own sex. So this is how we define these hijras. Now what is the psychological conflict? How do they feel? So that conflict is in body language. You will find that these males, but they behave like women. They behave like females, and something that we simply abuse when we just make fun of them because they are like that. So body language, gestures are like that. So you must have observed Lakshmi yesterday. The gestures are typical. Mannerism is like that. Their movements are like that. Expressions all belong to girls rather than boys. And so they dress up also like women. Hairstyle, must have seen. That is also makeup. They put a lot of makeup. Yesterday I was seeing that after food she was applying that lipstick because she had to attend the session here. So they are not hesitant at all. They were all of us sitting there. But then she simply brought out that lipstick and in front of all those she applied, oh, I have to go for the session. This is what they can do, and she did it also. Makeup for them, it is very important. Jewelry, all that women wear, that they also wear. Fond of, must have seen that all the tattoos were there and all sort of jewelry she was putting and all with nothing and all. So they are fond of that. What they feel? Feeling of jailed in the wrong body. They feel like they are jailed. They are in the wrong body. They want to be like female, born male. What to do? They have got everything. Their voice is of a male, everything, but they feel like women. Now, what happens? That society simply ostracizes them. No, just you don't want to be a friend of hijra. You say, no, I don't want. You just leave the person. And so, the person is overcome by feeling of isolation. As she was saying, nobody can live without love. Nobody can live without dignity, without respect. So these hijras, they are human beings. And if they are isolated like that, so there is depression, there is psychological conflict there. So the person seeks out others like him and bands with him. So what they do? They will find out that who is like me. Fine, they will go in search of all gays. Gays will go in search of gays, and hijras will go in search of other hijras, and they will make a community so that they feel like there is a feeling of belonging, and so somebody is like me. So this is how they have those hijra groups. This is before. The person who underwent surgery, this is before and after, that is Indian male to female transformation. Let me tell you that it requires a lot of money, lots and lots of money, and that physical pain that they have to undergo is immense, immense. So many operations they have to undergo, but then the person who is rich can really afford, and the person who can bear that much of pain can do that. This is a real example that it's an Indian male to female transformation was there. So what happens? That they get rid of male sexual organs through sex reassignment surgery. The name is sex reassignment, and they do this surgery, and they're so very happy to look like that. You can see that there's a great, that she looks like a female. Now there are gharanas also there. In Hijra also there are gharanas, and one is Bindi Bazar wala, one is Bulak wala, then Lallan wala, Lucknow wala, Una wala, Delhi wala, Hadir Ibrahim wala. These are all gharanas. They also have culture, they also have gurus, and they also have traditions. Now each gharana is a chief. Whichever that you decide, that each gharana has a chief, and the chief is called Nayak. And below the Nayak there is one guru. And a hijra is obliged to observe the laws framed by Nayaks and Gurus. Whatever they say, they have to abide by. They simply cannot go against them. So in case the hijras fail to observe these laws, they are fined and even excommunicated. That is, they are excluded from community. They have to observe all the laws that are, say, instructed, that they have to follow all the rules.